Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this, relatively quick, but I just wanted to make a, relatively short update video. I'm past the 90-day mark. I think it's day 91 right now. And if I'm looking or seeming or sounding very like low energy or just tired or what have you, it's because I've been working like a lot of overtime. The last 3 months has mostly been focused on just getting my sort of my situation stabilized, my financial situation, employment situation stabilized. Like I said in my last video, I had a bit of change of plans. Long story short, I'm not taking any courses this semester. I missed the deadline for signing up, and I would have required a decent amount of paperwork to go through, and I was just really getting focused on getting set up at this job once again, and this time around really like turning up the heat even further, so I could getting certain things paid off, etc., which has kind of been the story of the last, for the last like 2 to 3 years, has been, the story of just getting all my debts paid off and that sort of thing. But I had a bit of a monkey wrench thrown into the gears, so to speak, when I lost that last job and was unemployed for a few months. So I had to sort of put things on hold that I otherwise would have liked to pursue. But been working. How many days has it been? Well, the last couple of weeks it's basically been like 6 days per actual week. Though the pay period covers like Monday through Sunday, so this paycheck would be like 7 days in a row. Planning on working tomorrow and day after tomorrow, but apparently since like my regular work week would be starting on Thursday, so it'd be like Thursday through Saturday. I am required legally to take a day off. They don't let you work more than 12 days in a row, and so I've been trying to sort of find the limit, the maximum of work time that I can do, so that I could make the maximum amount of money, and then I could just throw that at like my debts. And I just really want to get out of debt ASAP. And I know that doesn't sound like it's related to Nofap at all, but it's sort of the thing that I've chosen to place as sort of my main focus for this time, because aside from tips and tricks, people will ask like do cold showers work? What about exercise? How can I get started, etc. Really, when I've been the most successful on this, I've had to have some overarching focus that it was like, okay, like if you could say like theoretically, like or hypothetically, yeah, you could say hypothetically, like, okay, if I drop the ball on Nofap, this big overarching goal is going to just get, maybe not demolished or completely lost, but, I'm not going to be able to make the progress that I was, would have been able to make otherwise, and, I'm going to lose out on this or lose out on that, or, I'm not going to get as far as possible with it, and you have to have this sort of overarching focus that you're driving towards. And so for me, ever since I graduated, it's really been predominantly it's been the financial stuff, and I'm back at that. And it's something that as I make more progress with, I can build up momentum. It creates a positive feedback loop, which serves to sort of replace in many ways what PMO was about, in some ways. So I end up talking about that a lot, and I think honestly, like, if you're doing NoFap, if you're on that and you're really making progress, it's almost like PMO should be the last thing on your mind. It should be about your job, your money, your education, your hobbies, and stuff you're working on, stuff you're building, progress you're making, that sort of deal. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out like what's the maximum amount of days in a row I can work, just so I can get as much money as in as little bit of a time, small amount of time as possible. Because like I've talked in the past, about paying off student loans. Well, I've paid off 7 out of the 9, excuse me, so far. So it's 5 last year, because a lot of them are smaller loans. I've gone through 2 this year. There's 2 remaining, but there's also like my car loan, and I wanted to get my car paid off by the end of the year. If I do what I'm doing right now and I'm able to keep up this momentum, at least long enough, I can either have the car paid off by the end of the year, or maybe even like a month or 2 beforehand. And then if I'm able to keep this routine going even further, I could possibly either pay off or significantly pay down the second to last of the student loans, and that'll put me in a spot, beginning of next year, where it's like I could seriously be out of debt by the end of the year. If not by my actual like birthday, it should be great. It'd be great to be sitting there at 36, be like, I've got absolutely no debt. And from here on out, I keep up my minimalist lifestyle. I don't overspend. I don't, use credit cards or what have you. Or if I do, make sure to pay off the balance, yada yada. Keep my costs, down. I can just be stacking cash, get that solid emergency fund, and then moving beyond, quote unquote emergency funds to actually making moves, financially speaking, that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. As well as just simple things like taking vacations or diverting, some financial resources to paying for like a gym membership or membership in different clubs or what have you. Things that actually better my life and my health and so on. And being able to like live at a level where, it's kind of like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where I'm not having to stress about food and shelter and safety and security and belonging and stuff of that nature, but I can focus on something higher than that. And a lot of that does kind of run parallel to sort of making progress on Nofap, where you're no longer in that sort of state where PMO is even a factor in your life, because you have it together. And if it really is all just about trying to get some, so to speak, then you can go and do that. Or if it's about coping with some past trauma, well, you faced down that trauma, or you resolved it. Or if it's like you got too much time on your hands, or you're bored, or it's about something else, you've actually worked on that and overcome that and corrected that for that. So anyways, past 90 days, and assuming things keep going forward like this, end of the year I'll be a few days off from another 6 months, and then I'll be finally in territory where it's like, okay, I could be hitting some PRs, new PRs in terms of like, Nofap. So, and then hopefully other aspects of life as well. So, anyways, that's it for me for right now. I'll see you folks around. Hopefully, that's the plan. So, anywho, I need to get home and I need to get to bed because I'm really, really tired. If you can't already tell. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Thanks for leaving leaving comments that of other I appreciate the support, even like constructive criticism, either support or constructive criticism. Those types of comments. Thanks for those. Thanks for the likes, the subscriptions. The usual spiel. So, anyways, before I ramble on too much, I'm gonna finish up this video and head home, and hopefully get some good rest. So, take it easy, take care, stay strong, and bye bye.